Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Oh, there's so much going on at the moment. There's a lot going on in my flat as well as what's going on around the channel, which includes that we're streaming as this goes out. So if you're watching this as it drops, get over to the stream, watch us play Chants of Sinar, and then come back to this video. That's my tip. Now, something else you could be doing is catching up on Countdown if you're in the UK on the Channel 4 app. It was my third show today, so yeah, you can check it out if you want. There's no spoilers here. And now we've still got a few days left, a week left. Good grief, I didn't realise it was that long on the SUDOku competition. So there is time to have a go at the 100 4x4 puzzles on Patreon. They are brilliant. Thank you to the Skunkworks for those fantastic stuff. We've got all sorts of things on Patreon actually. We've got Simon doing hard Sudoku solves, me doing hard crossword solves. We've got all sorts of material. And our apps again have all sorts of material. Now, those are all available on the links under the video, as is Sven's Sudoku Pad, and our Kickstarter just has a couple of days left. Get involved, please. If you don't pledge to join the Kickstarter, well, we're hoping there is an option to get the ebook resulting afterwards, but it will cost twice as much. I think it's, well, whatever the prices are at the current rate, they will basically be doubling for people who don't get on board before the Kickstarter is closing, which is in 2 or 3 days. And some of the names now associated with the project are fantastic. Well, they always were. We had Sandra and Nala, which are great names straight away, making the puzzles, as was Peter C. Hayward writing the story, and Hayley Mooney doing the illustrations. So really good content straight away. But we've been adding names as we've reached certain milestones, and they now include Chili and Analytical Ninja and Fistamafel and Math Pesto and Jay Dyer. I mean, great names associated with this project. So there's going to be Fog-of-War puzzles from all of the above, and it's well worth joining. So that's going on. What's going on in the flat? Well, I've got somebody working on the blinds in one of the rooms. Second go at those. Irritating that it requires a second go, but there we go. These things happen. I've got a plumber coming in and out, dealing with a boiler service and repair and putting in some new taps. And again, don't ask me why aren't you doing that, Mark, because it would be a fiasco if I was trying. That's just the way it is. Let the experts do their expertise, is what I say. And I will be applying my actual lack of expertise to this puzzle. Now, Taco Sudoku by Demono has existed, I believe, for a long time, according to a recommendation we got very recently. And we've even done a puzzle, I think, based off of this rule set by Demono, which extended the rule set in some way and used the name Tacos. But, I mean, it is Tuesday. This is our Tuesday taco puzzle. And it's an interesting rule set. It's very simple to say, but you just have to think about what it means in my case for a bit. Anyway, so I will explain the rules now. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That's 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. I will just say the doorbell could go. I may even have to deal with one of these workmen at some point. I just can't postpone doing this video, or there's a chance I wouldn't get it done today and you wouldn't get our normal service. Anyway, let's go on. The taco rules. A 2-digit taco clue XY outside the grid gives the sum of x plus y plus the digits between x and y in the indicated row or column. So let's look down from the top here at this 1, 3. Now we can read that as 13, and it's the total of some digits. And those digits are the 1 and the 3 and anything in between them. They will add up to 13. Now, you will note that the same column has a 3-5 at the bottom. So it is also true in this column that the total of the digits between the 3 and the 5 add up to 35. I mean, fascinating rule set. It gives an example in the rules. A valid taco sum for 18 could be 8361. Apologies if I am pronouncing taco wrong and it should be taco, or indeed some other Mexican Spanish vowel as realized by other people. I'm going to stick with taco, and yeah, there we go. That's how I say it. So the taco sum, I think, is as I explained it, the example. Anyway, we have a number of clues around this grid, no given digits within it. And we have Demono, who contributed our last month Patreon reward and is a fantastic constructor. Demono's actually ran into some health troubles recently, both himself and his family, and is still working on videos for the previous month's Patreon content, which will be coming. So we look forward to those, and we wish him very well. We are going to have a go at this though, and I'm going to do try it on the first link under the video. I'm going to restart the second link under the video underneath the Kickstarter link. I'm going to restart my clock and say, let's get a cracking. So, okay. I have to slightly adjust. These are like sandwich clues. I mean, I guess that's the name taco. We're counting the shell as part of the clue in a way, in this way. I like that. That's clever. But I have to forget 35 being an interesting total. Otherwise, I'd be really focusing on this row up from the south, that column up from the south. I'm looking at 45. Right, this 45 we can do something with, because the secret that I'm longing to share with you is that the sum of every row, column and box in a Sudoku is always 45. That is because they consist of the numbers 1 to 9. Those numbers always add up to 45. It's just a mathematical fact. Now, we are going to therefore say that these yellow cells add up to 45. And this taco clue at the top of the grid is saying that it is between the numbers 4 and 5 in this column that the digits add up to 45. So we know they're at the top and the bottom. And that's something we know. Don't know which one is 4 and which one is 5. We've got a 43 along the bottom row though. So if that was a 4, I think, yeah, okay, I think what's important about these taco sums is the outies. So the deduction of the taco clue from 45. And in this row, that deduction is 2. And that means that the outies, the digits not in the taco or its shell, add up to 2. Well, that's got to be a single 2. So there is a single 2 outie in this row, and it can't go there because that's a 4 or a 5. So it must go at this end. And then we have to have 4 and 3 in those two cells by the rule about the digits. And therefore, we are away. We can put 3 there, 4 there, and now 5 in the top right corner. We almost know we're not going to get a 3 in the corner in this puzzle already. Now, whatever we fill these cells with in this row, as long as we obey the rules, that's going to add up to 43. So that clue is done. Let's mark off orange clues as done for crosses and maybe greens as downs. And this down clue is done, so that gets a green. Now, this up clue, 1 and 8 add up to, and whatever's between them add up to 18 in this column. I don't think I can do anything with that. Maybe I need to really focus on the big numbers, since I've identified that the outies are what matter. So the next biggest number we've got after 45 and 43 is a couple of 38s. Okay, and in this column, column 3, we've also got a 1, 5. No, I'll tell you what, this is better, isn't it? Because we've got a common 3 between the two clues in column 7. Actually, now I've said that, I might look at row 1 first of all. We've got this 2, 5 clue that says between the 5 and the 2 in this row, we're adding up to 25. Well, the 2 can't be here or anywhere further west because the outies must add up to 20 and therefore they must be at least 3 cells. So the 2 could be there. I'm going to mark it as in any one of those 3 cells. 4 cells including a 2 and a 5 which add up to 7. No, that would have to add up to 18 and be 2 9s for the 2 to be here. So we've confined 2 to one of 2 places. Now we can think about this 1 2 which also features a 2. It's tricky because we don't know which side of the 2's the 1 is. It could even be in this very cell. 1 9 2 would work. Or there. Okay, so, don't know. I thought that was going to be helpful. I'm going to go back to this clue now. Here we have this common 3. So the first thing I was wondering is, can the 1 and the 5 be 1 to the north and 1 to the south of the 3? And I think they can, actually, because imagine we had, I'm just going to speculate that we had a 5 here and a 3 here, say, and a 1 here. Now they would add up to 35, they would add up to 13, and that would work extremely well because the totals of those 10 digits would be 48, i.e. counting that one twice, which is a 3, and would make 45. So that is very plausible. However, there is another alternative, and that might involve a 5 here and a 3 here and a 1 here in between the 3 and the 5, and those digits could add up to 13 and those to 35. So I'd hoped to get something progressed, and I'm not really seeing how there. These have a common digit as well, and again, if you add the 2 totals, 47. This may be a slightly different case. Okay, I was going to say again, if you had the 2, say, in the middle, and the 3 here and the 4 there, those would add up to 23. Those would add up to 24. 47, which is because the middle cell would be 2 counted twice. That works fine. Now, the alternative case doesn't work, that the 23 sum is within the 24 sum. It does work here, that the 13 sum could be within the 35 sum, but I don't think it does work here. Imagine a 4 there and a 2 there, and those cells adding up to 24. How could a group of these cells looking this way add up to 23? And they couldn't, because you wouldn't have the 1 difference at the end. So that's not what's going on. So I think in this row, we do have a 4 at one end and a 3 at the other. We know which way round they are because of this 4. We can put 3 there and 4 there. 2 is presumably in one of these cells. Now, the 23 sum is actually on the right where the 3 is. So could 2 be there? No. 2 and 3 is 5, and those would have to be both 9s to make the 23 sum, so it's not there. 2 there and 4 there would be 6. Oh, I see, and it doesn't work again. Again, you'd need 18 to make the sum up to 24. So 2 can't be there. So we get a 2 in the middle. I think somebody can answer that door for me. That's good. And that fixes 2 in row 1. And now we know that these add up to 25. Therefore, these 3 add up to 20. Sorry about a bit of noise. Maybe I'll pause and edit that out. Hang on a second. Right, so there may be a bit of noise now, but I'm going to carry on. Anyway, now we've got a 12 sum to find from that 2. And these add up to 20 in this row, because those add up to 25. That's what we know. I'm just going to give those a bit of colour. Those add up to 20. Now, could those add up to 12? That would have to be 2, 9, 1. No, they couldn't, because then that would have to add up to 10 to make the yellows add up to 20. So the 1 must be on the right of the 2. It must be. Well, there's a difference between the 12, including the 1, and the 25, including the 5. And that difference is 13. I think the 1 is either there or there. If it's here, that's a 9, and we've got 2, 9, 1, and then those 2 will add up to 8, and that doesn't work because we've used 1, 2, and 5 in the row, and all the pairs that make 8 are ruled out: 1, 7, 2, 6, and 3, 5. So 1 cannot be there. In fact, that's extraordinary. 1 has to be here. Now this has to be an 8 to make that 13 difference between 12 and 25. These 2 add up to 9. They don't use 1, 2, or 5. They're a 3, 6 pair. And this yellow set is now 4, 7, 9. And what have we done? We've done this 2, 5 clue. That is done. This 12 clue, that is done as well. This 24, no, these are not done. We have to still fill in the digits to make those sums work. Right, we've now got a 1 in this column. So either 3 or 4 cells add up to 13. No, we can't put a 3 there. We've already got a 3 in the box. So we have to put a 3 there. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 9 is 13. That down clue is done. And now this 35 clue is going to have to run all the way to the bottom, because after 10 have gone, the rest of the clue adds up to, the rest of the column adds up to 35. So that clue is done as well. There's a 4 in one of those 2 cells. That's just Sudoku. We've got a 3 emerged into this row now, where we've got a 3, 6 clue. Right, so the cells that add up to 36 will leave outies adding up to 9, either in those 3 cells or in those 2. Now, if it was in those 2, it would have to be a 2, 7 pair. If it was in the 3, it can't be 2, 3, 4. We'd need a 1 here and a 2, 6 pair here. Okay, well, at least we know there's no 4 there. It's either 2, 6 or 2, 7 there. And that's where 4 now goes in the box. And there is a 2 here, and that's going to be involved in the 24 or 2, 4 clue. I don't think I can rule 4 out of that cell. The outies would be 21. Ooh. Yeah, they could be 8, 6 here and a 7 here. Interesting. Now we can't have a 6 in those cells because of the 3, 6 clue. So that's a 2, 7 pair, and that is 6 in the box. Right, that's good. Now, where is the 6? Again, outies of 9. Oh. I'm not sure if I made a mistake when I was looking at the 24 clue. I'm just going to go back a bit. So we got to this stage based on the 36 clue. Then when I was looking at the 24 clues, I was thinking that the outies added up to 21. And I was thinking that was in 3 digits. Oh, that was when I was just speculating that the 4 was here. Okay, that's all right. No, I didn't make a mistake. That's good. So we're here now. 2 is in one of those cells. We've got a group adding up to 24. Oh, look, it's obviously not a 4 in that cell because of the 4, 7, 9 triple. So 4 is either there or there, I reckon. I don't think if we put it there, we could add up to 21. No, that's definitely true. So 4's in one of those 2 cells. 6. We've got the 9 outies. That puts 6 at the end. Right. So we've done that 36 clue, at least. Yeah, that's okay. Now, the outies of 24 are 21. Yes, it could be 7, 6, 8. But it can't, because we can't put a 4 here. Okay, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to go back to column 1. Oh, look, we've got a 4, so that's not a 4. Now, we've got this 14 sum and a 31 sum. So if 1 was here, 1 plus 6 plus 4 is 11. That would be a 3. Ooh, that works quite well. 1 could also be in one of these cells. Okay, I'm going to think instead about the 31 clue, which has outies of 14, doesn't it? That aren't in the taco. So they're going to include that cell and that cell. Now, I don't think this can be a 9, because the other outies would have to add up to 3. And by Sudoku, that would have to go into that cell, but this is no. Oh, no. Yeah, it couldn't work because the shell, the taco digits are 3 and 1. So the other outies can't add up to 3 if they can't use a 2 or the shell 3. So that is not a 9. That is now a 7. I think that's definite. And the outies include those 9, but they still add up to 14. Was I working with 14 or was I mistakenly working with 12? I was working with 14. Now, we've got 9 of the 14. The other outies add up to 5. That could have been 1, 4. No, it couldn't, because 1 is a shell. So it's got to be a single 5 here, and then we can put in the taco shells, 1 there and 3 there, and that 31 clue is done. And the 14 clue is about to be done. We get a 9 there to make the sum work, and 9, thank goodness, is a digit we still have to place. That's an 8 to finish the column. Those 2 up and down clues are done. Still haven't done these fully. Oh, the 26 clue, 2 and 6 add up to 26. Right, the outies this time make 19, and they're all over on the right. It's not enough to put a 10 there. That's too much. We need 10 more of outies. It can't take 3 cells because they couldn't use 2, 3, 4 or 5. So it definitely takes 2 cells, and the 6 is here. And these 2 add up to 10, and they must be a 1, 9 pair to do that in this row. That's an 8, 7 pair. I can mark this across clue as done. I haven't done the up and down clue there, although I think we can't put 1 and 8 in this group of cells. Oh, we could. It could be 1, 9, 8. Oh, I was going to say that must be a 1. I don't think I have the confidence in that anymore. But this 6 is looking up to the top of the grid. So we've got the 3 and the 6. That 3 is in a 38 column in which the outies must add up to 7. They're all at the bottom, so that's a 1, and that's the other crust 8. And now I can say that that clue is effectively done. So the only down clues, up and down clues I have left to do are the up clue here and both of these. I can't rule an 8 out of that cell. Oh, look, I've got an 8 there. So actually I'm going to rule an 8 into that cell. So the 38 is going to leave 7 outies at the top, which is going to have to be a 4. And then we can't have a 3 there, so it's a 1, 2 pair. In fact, I can fill them in based on that 2, 7 pair. So this is the other crust or taco shell. It's a 3. That bottom clue is done. This top one, oh, it's saying 15 between the 1 and the 5. Now the 5 can't be here, so it's got to be here. 5, 6, 9, and we get a 6 here. That works. 6 there, 7, 9 pair down here. That's a 4, 6 pair. This is a 1, 7, 8 pair. That's a 5, 8 pair. And that clue's been done. So we've done all the down. Oh no, we haven't done this one. Ah, where's 1 in this column? By Sudoku now, it's in one of those cells. Where's 8 in the column? It's not there by Sudoku. I don't think it can be here, given where the 1s are and this 18 clue. So I think it has to be here. And can that set of 5 add up to 18? 1, 4, 12. Those 2 would have to add up to 6, and they can't do that. So the 1 is actually here where I wanted to rule it out. I have to rule it in, and that clue's done. This is a very neat puzzle, isn't it? 2 and 7 are the remaining candidates there. That 9 has sorted out the bottom row. Almost all the perimeters done, apart from that 2-7 pair. Lots of clues are done, actually. Still got this 24 to do, both the ones in row 5. And that's all. That's all the clues I have yet to figure out. So probably need to major on them now. Now this set adds up to 24 and we've got 12 in it. These other two add up to 12. So that's not a 1 and it's not an 8 because I can't put a 4 there. So that's a 7, that's a 5. Then I can fill in 1, 8, 9 and both of those across clues are now done. And the only clue left to do is up here. 24. Where the outies add up to 21. Can that be a 2? The outies would be 7, 6, 5, 1. Yeah, that's impossible because then we'd need another 2 to be amongst the outies. So that is not a 2. I think that has to be a 7. Then I just want to check the alternative maths. We get a 2 there, 7, 3. That adds up to 12. Then we need another pair adding up to 12. Ending in a 4. Yeah, we can't use any low digits, so it would have to go 8, 4. I think that's what it has to be. 2, 7, 3, 8, 4. And that does our last given clue outside the grid. So the rest is classic Sudoku. And row 3 finishes, which is encouraging. And I can put a 1 in there and a 5, 7 pair. These can't have a 7 in. In fact, I've got a 1 looking at that cell. So box 4's finished. That's become a 7. Perimeter's complete. 8, 9, 3, 7, 1. 5 in box 6 must go there. Now we need a naked single, and there it is. That has to be a 9. No other Sudoku digit is possible. 7 and 5. Excuse me 1 second. Right, hello. Sorry about that interruption. That was longer than I thought, but we're so close to the end. It was unlucky to get interrupted there. So 2 and 5 down here. 3 and 4. It really is just filling in the numbers now, which is a part of Sudoku I greatly enjoy when we know what we're doing. So that 7, 9 pair is done. We get a 7 here. 2, 3, 6. This must be straightforward. That's a 3, 4 pair. There's not still a clue to do, is there? I don't think there is. No, there isn't. Just do it, Mark. 6 and 8. 6 and 2. That's a 2. This is a... Oh, I've got a deadly pattern, so there must still be something to do. Or else I've made a mistake. Oh, this is painful. Look at this. These could rearrange in one of 2 ways. There are no clues in their columns, and there are no clues in their rows. So all my hubris there suggests I've got something wrong. What on earth have I done here? Okay, so I need to check my sums. 6 plus 18 is 24. That must be 23 then. 10, 18, 23. Why am I starting there? Because it was the most recent one. 6 to 3 there is 36. That's fine. 2 to 4 is 24. 5 to 2 is 25. 1 to 2 is 12. The bottom row, 4 to 3 is 43. 2 to 6 is 26. That works all right. I thought that was wrong for a moment. Is this... What can I possibly have got wrong here? 12, 14 are the outies. That's fine. Those add to 14. 1 to 5 looks like it does add to 15. 3 to 8 adds to 38. That's fine. 3 to 8 again 38. 1 to 3 is 13. 5 to 3 is 35. And 5 to 4 must be right. So is there really an unresolved deadly pattern in this puzzle? Or have I... Maybe some Sudoku is wrong here. This is so surprising. 7132465984281675293 Have I left out a clue in the puzzle? I don't understand what's happening here. Everything looks fine with this. This is a genuine deadly pattern. 5, 6, 2, 7. One of these columns must be wrong. Yes, this column is wrong. Right. Right, I'm not going mad. Okay, so that column is wrong. There must be another column that's wrong somewhere. You can't just have one column be wrong. Why can't I see it? And what have I done wrong? This is weird now. Ah, this row is wrong as well. Right, so we just fire back a little way. Look, I've got 2 8s in there already, so it's still wrong in that box. Wow, this is bad. I had a 1-8 pair in there. Is that just a typo? That was never 178, it was 172, wasn't it? That's an ugly typo. Right. Okay, well, hubris karma caught up with me, as it should do. Let's try this again from here with the correct numbers there, and we'll be all right this time. That's a 7. Dear me. I mean, another potential senior moment, although I think that's a bit insulting. Only found it through that deadly pattern at the end, not through actually noticing about the errors I was inserting into the grid. Very disappointing. Just must do better. 89317. Right, we get a 4 definitely there. We still get a 5 definitely there. 2 and 6. Sorry if you noticed what was going wrong, was shouting at me, but you will have enjoyed me coming up then against the problem and not being able to resolve it. This is better. This is working. This is the right solution. There we go. Ooh, only 11 people have done it in the last 38 days. I think this puzzle may have existed for about 2 years, so I suspect hundreds of people have done it in that time, and it's excellent. So I really enjoyed that, apart from the slip up, and that's entirely my own fault, but I don't want to let that detract from the praise that Demono deserves for creating this idea and this puzzle. Thank you for having a go at it. Thank you for watching me, and see you soon on the channel. Bye for now.